What's going on, y'all? I am back once again, and today I'm going to be showing off my entire Roblox Greenville car collection, and there's going to be a lot. There's going to be about 120 cars in total across 2 different accounts, so yeah, you might want to get a late dinner or a midnight snack or whatever, because this is going to be quite a long, beefy video. But if you enjoy, make sure to leave a like and sub. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so we are super close. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so the way that I'm going to be doing this is just going from oldest to newest on 2 different accounts. So this is my main account, the one that I'm on right now, the one that I typically play on. And then I have another account which I have a lot of progress on as well, a couple $1 million. So there's going to be a lot there as well. I have plenty of cars to go through. Most of them are just going to be kind of like, I guess you could call them like traffic cars or daily traffic or whatnot, but they are still spec'd out pretty well. So starting off, we have the Auburn L3. This is the newest truck that was added. As you can see, I kind of slammed it and put some milk crates in the back. It's pretty nice. I think I did a pretty good job at making it look pretty clean. Next up, we have the snowplow truck, which is the limited snow truck, and this came out with the new expansion update, the highway expansion update. And I just did some simple steelies and a custom plate. Not really much to it, but yeah, just a cool little truck. And then next up we have the 1963 Bitsy Classic Mr. Crane. And of course, this is the Mr. Bean car. Everybody knows what this car is. Just a Mini Cooper with a little silver on top. Pretty neat. It is fictional, unfortunately. I do wish that this came out when Mini was still in the game officially, but oh well, it's still pretty cool. And then next we have another Bitsy Classic, which is the 3rd Gear Special. I'm pretty sure this is the I don't watch Top Gear, so I apologize if I'm wrong. I don't think it's referring to Top Gear. I think it's referring to like that, actually no, I think it's Top Gear. I have no idea, but it just has some flags on it, and yeah, it's a Mini Cooper. Oh, and it has a wide body kit. And next up we have the 1969 Bullhorn Prancer, aka Dodge Charger. Pretty nice spec. I do wish that you could do a Dukes of Hazzard spec. It's the closest I could get. Well, I wasn't really trying to fully replicate it, but it's still pretty nice nonetheless. Got a custom plate and the stripe back there that matches the vinyl. And yeah, just some 3D rims. I do really wish that they go back to older cars and add parts and just like refresh the lights and whatnot, because a lot of the old cars do get neglected. They kind of settle for more modern cars, unfortunately. But anyways, next up we have a Stuttgart Ulan Hot, I think it's called, or something. And that's just a I forgot what it's called in real life. Really nice Mercedes coupe. And this one is actually pretty rare because it has a fully blank license plate. And the reason why it's rare is that you can't do this method anymore. They patched it to where you can only have 2 spaces or 2 dashes in 1 license plate, because the old method you just spammed tab a bunch, which was like a bunch of spaces, and it just like took the dash out. So yeah, it's pretty rare to see a fully blank plate. And next up you have a 1972 Falcon Pony, aka the Ford Pinto, which was notorious for catching fire in the back if you hit it. And in this one specifically, I did like a Joyce Byers spec because she had a spec in Stranger Things, and I thought it was pretty cool. And then next up we have a 1972 Navara Star. This is just a 240Z that I did in this kind of English green or whatever you want to call it, a license plate. And yeah, some 3D rims. This one's really nice because it has the semi-refresh lights, so it has them in the back, but it does still have decals in the front, but it's pretty well done. And then next up we have the Win Model 12, aka the DeLorean, the one that everybody knows and love. I do not have the Back to the Future one, unfortunately, and this spec is just traditional. Can't really go wrong with the white on gray color combo. And then next up we have an 87 Bullhorn Canaveral. I forgot what this car is called in real life, but I'm pretty sure it's a Dodge Daytona. And what's cool about this car is that when you enter it, it actually talks to you. And it even talks to you when you leave the car.
Don't forget your keys. Thank you.
But it's a pretty cool car. I did these cool, classy 3-spoke rims on it. I thought they fit the car pretty well. And yeah, and it has pop-ups, so it's pretty awesome. And next up we have an 89 Chrysler Empire. I'm pretty sure this is a Chrysler Imperial, if I'm not wrong. Some 3D rims as well, just this kind of boxy car. And what's cool about this one is that it has flip up pop lights. Only annoying thing is that they kind of clip through the hood of the car, but it's still cool regardless. Just a nice classy grandfather car. The next up we have a 1990 Ferdinand Tourer, also known famously as the Porsche 928 that was featured in Top Gear. And yeah, I did this nice kind of like blue spec and these nice 5-spoke rims, and it does have refresh pop-ups, which look pretty cool, and fog lights. So yeah, and this is the earlier one. There's like a later model, but it is like a lot more expensive, so I just settled for this one. And then next up, there's a 1990 Wego Coral, aka the Yugo, and I just painted it in this simple 80s kind of I don't know what you call it, like an eggnog color or something, but I think it's pretty nice. It is my granny car, as you can see, 51 miles, even though it's supposed to have a lot more. And I have a couple more Yugos. There's this one right here, the convertible, and I put these fitting rims on it in this nice blue, and it is a convertible. The interior isn't that great, but I mean, it is an 80s economy car, so you can't really be too disappointed. But yeah, there's another Yugo. And next up we have the Overland Iroquois. I don't know how to say that. Iroquois. I have no idea, I'm probably butchering that, but this is a 90s Jeep Cherokee that is pretty classic looking, and it has this old Roblox plate. And this Jeep was actually in Breaking Bad, except it was red instead of the screen that I did. But yeah, looks pretty nice. I barely see this driving around. It was actually featured in an older video. And then next up we have another Jeep, the 1993 Overland Navajo, another Cherokee. And I did it in this really classy wood spec. I don't really know what you call this aesthetic, but it's just like a warm kind of 90s family car. And what's cool is that it has refreshed lights and it has working fog lights as well. So it looks pretty cool, a very nice roleplay car. And then next up we have a 95 Renault Twingo. Of course, it's a licensed car, and it's in this kind of, I don't know what you call this color, but it's like a nice green 90s-ish color. Kept on the OEM rims, and I think I made the offset kind of come out a bit more. I don't know why, but the car looks like super wide, kind of looks like a pug, but it's a pretty cute car. I really like it. And then next up is a 95 Volkswagen Rocket. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is the wagon variant. And if you don't know what this is, it's pretty much a Lada, which is like a Russian car from the 90s, even though it looks like it's from the 70s. But I got on the wagon variant, pretty cool. And then next up, there's the 96 Globe City Aeropod. So this is the slightly modified Geo Metro that you probably saw online. Pretty cool car. It gets like 70 miles a gallon, so I did grind in this quite a lot. And it even has the references all over the car in text and a cool license plate. So yeah, there is that, my granny car. And then next up, I really love trolling with this car, and it is the 96 Globe City Mega City. And I love trolling with it because, as you probably saw, it spawns pretty far away from you. And so if people are like at the dealership especially, and it's like a car meet going on or something, I just spawn this car on top of the meat, and it kind of makes people mad, especially those with collisions on. So yeah, I really love this car, and it's just ridiculous. And then next up, I have one of my personal favorites, is the 97 Bullhorn Buffalo 1500, aka the Ram 1500, and I did it in this really nice OEM, kind of fresh off the lot type of spec. And I have this really nice forest green and these tires and these 3D rims that are pretty fitting. And I just really love this truck. I think it looks so cool. I just hope that they refresh the lights pretty soon. That'd be really nice. But next up we have another Dodge, the 97 Bullhorn Vivid, aka the Dodge Neon. And I don't know why I did these rims. I kind of want to change them. It's kind of hard to find good rims for this car, so I think I just kind of threw on that. But it's in this 90s dark blue color, and I think it looks pretty nice. I do really hope that they refresh the lights soon as well. And up next, another one of my favorites, which was shown in a previous video, and that is the 97 Land Rover Defender. And this kind of customized, almost like a jungle spec is what I call it. Has this Arizona plate and some fog lights everywhere, and custom front bumper and everything, the whole shebang. And yeah, I think it's really awesome. On the inside, it's like a tan color that kind of complements this almost like Sahara green kind of look, this kind of dry green or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I really love this thing, and I'm glad that they brought it into the game. It definitely beats the modern Land Rover in my opinion. But anyways, next up we have a Viking Torsland sedan from 97, aka a Volvo, I want to say V70. And yeah, this is the sedan variant. I think it looks super nice in this color. I'm a big fan of this color. And then we have these nice 5-spoke rims on there, organ plate, and yeah, and it has refresh lights, which is really nice. Just a really classy car. And next up I have the wagon variant of the same car, which is a little better in my opinion because it's a wagon, but you have this nice kind of, I want to say it's like a gasoline green type of color, and you have these multi-spoke rims, and yeah, not much to say about it, but it's a really nice classy wagon. And then up next we have a 97 Wolfsburg Charge, aka a Jetta. I think, I'm pretty sure it's a Jetta. I put it in this nice kind of hazy minty green with these custom 3D rims, and it looks pretty nice. And I really like that this has refreshed lights, so it looks pretty good when driving around, especially in RP servers. So yeah, looks really nice. Then next up, this is another one of my favorites, of course, and it's American, and it's a 97 Bullhorn Convoy, aka a Dodge Caravan, and I really like it because it's reminiscent of my mom's old Grand Caravan, which I used to ride around in, and it has this nice spoiler kind of on the rear, and this custom front bumper because it's the sport trim. And when I get inside and drive it, it's actually rear wheel drive swapped, so if I do a burnout right here, you can see it's a rear wheel drive. I converted it for fun, and I also lowered it quite a bit. I don't really know why I did it, I just kind of did it for fun. I think it's because I was watching a Pimp My Ride clip and it had the pink and purple Caravan, and I was like, I kind of want to do that. So yeah, unfortunately it has decal lights, but it's still pretty cool, and I drive it around. And then next up we have another Dodge. We have a 2000 Bullhorn Dash, aka the Dodge Intrepid, and it is a ugly cloud car, bean car, whatever you want to call it, but I think it's pretty nice, and it does have the refresh lights. And sometimes I drive it around as an RP car, but yeah, I do like it. I kind of wanted one in real life, but I'm glad that I didn't choose one. And then next up we have a 2001 Overland Navajo, which is another Cherokee, and it's the same one as the 93, but it's in a different trim, and it's a later model year. But I kind of did it in this simple kind of off-road spec. It does have off-road tires and custom rims, and I think it looks pretty nice, and it's kind of raised a bit. And this is one of my daily drivers for GVRP, and I just really like how it looks. And these things are bulletproof in real life too. I kind of really want one in real life. And next up we have a 2002 Chrysler Puma, aka the infamous Plymouth Prowler, and this really nice paint and some 3D hot rod rims, and it's the hardtop. And if I go on the interior, oh, I can't go in, but here's the interior, which is also pretty nice, and the gauges light up to green when you turn on the lights, which is very cool. But yeah, this is my Plymouth Prowler. Oh, and it also has a blank plate, which is also pretty rare, and a really cool looking plate too, so yeah. And then next up, this section is going to be kind of confusing because I have way too many of them, but I got a 2003 Chrysler FT convertible. This trim is the woody convertible trim, which is pretty classy, and I put these very fitting rims on here. I was heavily inspired by The Office when Michael drove one, and even the interior is kind of matching, which is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, there's one PT Cruiser, and I have another PT Cruiser, which is the GT variant, the 3-door one, and I put these multi-spoke rims on here and this kind of two-tone paint. It's pretty ridiculous, but it is actually pretty fun to drive around, and I'm pretty sure I swapped out the drivetrain. It's either all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, I forgot which, but this one's pretty fun to drive around. And this is my roleplay one, or just my daily driver, except this one has 5 doors, kind of more accurate to real life, what you'd normally see. So I think it's actually pretty nice. I think I did the spec pretty well. Doesn't look as ugly. And then I have another PT Cruiser. Oh wait, nope, that's the same one. And then I have another PT Cruiser, but this one is the GT Stroller Cargo, so it has like this panel on the rear doors, and it's pretty ridiculous. I only really bought this because I thought that Chrysler went off sale, this would be super rare and unseen. But yeah, it's turbocharged, and I think it's also drivetrain swapped, I'm not too sure, but it does have a pretty nice color though, I will admit. But those are all 4 of my PT Cruisers. Well, 4 out of 5. You probably know what the 5th one is by now. And then next up we have the, what is this called? The Ikawa Maxime. I have no idea what this SUV is called in real life. I'll probably just put it on screen after editing. But I kind of did this in like a racing spec, but I like to call it kind of like a show car spec or a poster spec. And I put on these 3D 6-spoke rims, which I might make a little bit bigger. And it is a sports trim, so it has a huge lip spoiler and a custom front bumper. And I do think it looks pretty cool actually. You do see this quite a bit, but it's typically like the base models, and usually noobs drive them, but you don't really see them anymore. And next up we have a 2004 Ferdinand Roadster, aka the Porsche Boxster, which is super classy, and it has this brown roof that comes in this trim, and it's pretty nice. There's the interior, a nice brown kind of cocoa interior, and it does have the newer lights, so it has fog lights and everything, and it's really nice. And then we have a personal favorite. It is the 2004 Maverick Criminal. Unfortunately, it doesn't have refresh lights, which is such a shame, but here it is anyway. I think it's pretty sick, and it's nice kind of you know, just undercover Men in Black spec, whatever you want to call it. And then next we have another Ford, which is the Falcon Forwarder, aka the Ford Expedition. This is another one of my favorites that I love to drive around. It's the 5.4 liter, I'm pretty sure, or 5.8 liter. Oh, sorry, it's a 6-liter diesel V8. I did have the V10, but I just settled for the V8 because I like the sound a bit more and it gets a little better miles per gallon. And I did it in this really nice green spec, and it's a two-tone spec somewhat. Yeah, that's about two-tone. And it has these 3D rims on here. Just super nice. I love this truck so much. I think it's awesome. And then we have the Celine S7 in the Bruce Almighty spec. So it's pure silver up here, and then in the rear you have the Almighty one plate, which is pretty sick. I did want to put the full thing, but it doesn't fit, so I just settled for Almighty one. And the interior is just simple, you know, kind of default what you typically see on an S7. But yeah, man, pretty nice, pretty awesome. One of my dream cars in real life and as a kid. And next up we have the terrible model, the 2006 Chrysler Crossfire, and this model is just absolutely abysmal. This is one of the oldest models in the entire game of Greenville. It hasn't been remodeled or refreshed at all. It's been like this since day one. I did kind of try to help it by putting on 3D rims, but it didn't really do too much. But here it is. I tried to save it. And up next we have the 2006 Falcon Traveler, so the Expedition. And this one's kind of in like a deep brown color in the two-tone with like this tan secondary on the bottom, and it has some 3D rims as well and refreshed lights and everything. So yeah, pretty awesome. I do like driving this around as like a daily. Same with the Excursion. And next we have the 2006 Overland Buckaroo, which I'm pretty sure is just a Wrangler, and I tried to do it in like this kind of army off-road spec, whatever you want to call it. And this thing is super dated. I think this is also pretty old. I don't think this has been touched at all ever since Greenville first came out, or V4 first came out. So it's a super old model, but I just have it because it's pretty funny looking. And next up I have a Crown Vic, which I barely drive, but I do want to drive it a bit more. It's super nice in this nice kind of light brown, like a hazelnut type of color. Really nice though, really classy spec. And I have another Crown Vic. This is like my third one already, and it is the Interceptor Sheriff variant. And I bought this for a sheriff roleplays, but also because it looks really sick. I love the lights on the top. I think it looks really nice. And yeah, just a classic white and blue cop car. And then we have a 08 Bullhorn Bullet, which is a Dodge Magnum SRT8. And this thing is really awesome. It kind of explains for itself. It's a V8 American wagon. Pretty sick. And then next up we have an 08 Dodge Durango, aka a Bullhorn, what is it called? Pueblo. And I did it in this really nice kind of Russian blue type of color, and these 3D rims. I think it looks pretty nice. This is one of my roleplay SUVs. I do wish I had refreshed lights though. And next we have a Tesla Roadster, and the pose is actually perfect because it kind of looks like the one Elon sent into space. But I did these nice 3D rims, and it's really nice color. I love this color, especially on this car. But yeah, this car is just so beautiful, man. I love it. And then we have another Chrysler, an 08 Chrysler Suburbia, or a Chrysler Town & Country. And this has refresh lights, which I did not know, so I just instantly bought it as soon as I found out about that. And 3D rims, another roleplay car. And then we have a Air Grand Horizon, aka an Infiniti G37. This is one of my GVRP roleplay cars, and it's in this nice another kind of Russian blue color, similar to the Durango. And yeah, really nice. I know VQs get a lot of hate, but they are actually super nice cars, especially in real life, and they're pretty reliable too. And next we have a Mazda RX-8, aka Mazuko San. I'm not even gonna pronounce that, but it's in this like nice chrome paint job and these custom 3D rims, which look super nice. And this 00 license plate. Just I love how the first gen RX-8 looks, especially with body kits. And then next up we have a Nissan Altima, but it's like a donk variant. Has the spray painted body paint to spray painting calipers. All BS is the license plate, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia. So pretty fitting, and you know, pretty awesome. I feel like anybody would love to be seen in this. And then next up we have another one of my favorite cars. I have a lot of them, and it's just a new Beetle, and it's like a lime techie green. I don't know what you call it, but it's really fitting for this car. And it has some custom 3D rims, some 5 spokes, and yeah, just a nice 5-cylinder Beetle. And then next we have a car that you probably have never seen in this game until now, and that is the 09 Mitsubishi Honor, aka the Mitsubishi Galant. And this one actually has refreshed lights, which I did not know about. And last time I drove it, it just had regular lights, so that's pretty nice to see. And I did it in this really nice kind of quilt blue type of color, and it looks really good. It's an attractive car. And then next we have a Nissan GTR, aka the Horizon, and it's the original GTR with a blank plate, which is pretty rare, and it's classic kind of gray silver color. And yeah, I've had it forever, and I don't really plan on selling it. And oops, sorry, I skipped the car, but we'll do this one. This is the Wolfsburg Crouton, aka the Volkswagen Routon. And if you don't know what this is, it's pretty much like a rebadged Dodge Caravan that was supposed to like appeal to European buyers or something, because Volkswagen didn't have an SUV, or sorry, a minivan, not an SUV. But it flopped pretty hard. That's why you probably have never seen it before. And then next up we have a Volvo or Viking Compact, aka the Volvo I forgot the name of it. It's like a Volvo C90 or something. I don't know. I'm not good with Volvo names at all. Please forgive me. But it's a really cool Volvo, and my neighbor has one, which is pretty awesome. And they're pretty slept on, so I'm glad that I had this in a pretty clean spec. And then up next, the cars are getting a bit more interesting, and this one is actually off sale. It is a old Tesla Model S, the first one to ever come out, and it has the old school grille right there, as you can see, and it's pretty nice red color. And yeah, I am glad that I kept it. I do actually prefer this over the current facelift of the Model S, believe it or not. And you can see it's off sale. I kind of wish it didn't take it off sale, but oh well, it is pretty cool to have, so I'm not really complaining. And then next up we have a Deja Vu Tradition, aka a Fisker Karma, and I put on these really nice kind of 5-spoke split 5-spoke 3D rims, kind of gray metallic-y color. And this is one of my favorite roleplay cars. It is kind of annoying to drive though with cruise control on because of the old hybrid system. But anyways, then we have a Dodge Challenger right here with the Hemi V8, as you can see, a limited car. I'm just kidding. It's called a Wave Traveler Custom Land Yacht. But this is actually really cool. And what I love about it is that I can't drive it. But if you get inside of it and you turn the lights on, it has like green and red lights that are pretty buggy, but they look pretty cool at the same time. And the interior lights are green, which is also really nice. I don't think the speedometer works, does it? No, the speedometer doesn't work, or the tachometer. But it's still pretty cool nonetheless. I do like driving it around. And then next up we have a Wolfsburg Tornado, aka a Scirocco Volkswagen. And you like never see this car, so I just didn't like this kind of modified spec. So it kind of looks off sale, even though it's not, if that makes any sense. But I think it looks pretty cool. I like how mean and aggressive it looks. And next up, this one is actually really sick, and it's a really cool reference to the Stormtrooper concept of the Avenger SRT6. And I kind of tried to replicate it here. And this one is also rear-wheel drive swapped, which is also another plus, which is really fun. And it's a supercharged V6, and it has these really cool kind of, they look like Lamborghini rims somewhat. But yeah, it's a really cool callback to the Stormtrooper Dodge Avenger, and I just love it. I think this car is super sick. And next we have a Navara Beat Navmo. I don't know why I have this. It's just a Juke Nismo in this like puke green, pea green kind of color, vomit green, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's cool nonetheless. I kind of like the Juke. I'll admit it. I kind of like it. And we have another Nissan, which is what's it called? The Nissan Cube Ute. I've always thought that the Nissan Cube and the Ute variant looks like a baby that's like crawling on the floor or something. I don't know. It's just a super weird bubbly shape. And then we have a regular Nissan Cube, except this is like a roleplay variant, kind of a lot more proper and realistic. And then there is a cargo variant, which is a Nismo, and I put these very fitting rims on here that are 3D, and this nice black that also matches. It does look pretty cool, I will admit. And it's also a supercharged inline 4, I'm pretty sure, and I also rear-wheel drive swapped it, so it's pretty fun to drive around. And next up, this is a recent off-sale car, and I'm glad I kept it, and it's a 2014 Tony Cinco, aka the Fiat 500. And this car went off sale yesterday or a few days ago, and it's pretty cool to drive around now because it actually has some meaning, and it's not just a stupid small car. So I have that, and then I have another stupid small car, which is a smart car that is just green, a Hulk machine EV. I don't know why I have it. I think it's just so if it ever goes off sale, it'd be rare. And then next up, I have a Lamborghini Aventador. If you don't know how to get this, this was part of the metal event where you had to like download Metal and like take a clip or something, or just download it and show proof or whatever. But it's pretty much a Aventador, or not Aventador. Well, it is an Aventador, but it's based off the Hurricane Storado, the off-road variant, and they kind of put it on an Aventador, so it's like a Aventador Storado, I guess. And next we have a Stuttgart Kexamet. I probably butchered that, but it's just a Mercedes CLA 250. I'm pretty sure it's the real life name, or something along those lines. This is one of my classy roleplay cars, or sometimes I cruise around on the highway with it. Really nice, one of my favorite sedans in the game. And we have another Mercedes. I don't know the real life name of this one, but it's a nice SUV. It's called the Stuttgart Vance in game. Put a New York plate on it because I thought it was pretty fitting. And yeah, one of my old roleplay cars. And next we have a Ford Falcon, aka the Bandit Predator. This is the base model that I use as a roleplay car, but it is really awesome. And it's pretty underrated. You never see these driving around. And next up we have a 2016 Wolfsburg Pitch, aka VW Golf. This is actually my friend's car that I base it off of, which is a base model Golf in this white color. And yeah, it is actually a really nice roleplay car in GVRP. I drive it quite a bit. And then next up we have a Dodge Viper ACR with some 2D rims. I should low-key put 3D rims on it, but it has 2D rims on, and it has this blank Florida plate, which is pretty rare, and it matches the rest of the car too, which is pretty sick. But yep, there's a Dodge Viper. And then next we have a Chrysler Lotella, aka the Chrysler 200. And the reason I have this one is because it's the Katie Lane spec, and I thought that this, well, it is a rare car, but I thought that if it went off sale, it'd be a really rare car. But I mean, like, come on, you've probably never even seen or heard of this until you watch this video. So there is that. And next we have a couple more Mercedes. We have this Essen, the Stuttgart Essen. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know what it's called in real life. I don't really know Mercedes names too well, or it's just any German car name too well. But I did in this nice kind of dark cocoa type of color. But anyways, next up we have a Stuttgart Koblenz. I don't know the real name of this either. I apologize to all my Mercedes fans, but it's a pretty nice kind of coupe-like sedan that I sometimes grind with. This is actually my favorite design era for modern Mercedes cars and SUVs. And then next we have a Dodge Ram SRT10. I don't know why the wheels are like kind of positive camber, but it is a Ram with a V10, and this is the 4-door variant. I do have the 2-door variant, but not on this account, but I will show that off later. Pretty sick. I barely drive it, but it is really nice to have. And next, I don't know why I bought this. I bought it a day ago, and it's a Ford something, but I don't really care what it's named because it's super ugly. But on this, I did like a rear-wheel drive variant and try to make it like sporty or something, I guess. This thing is so ugly. Next up we have a 2019 Durant Manta H1300, aka the Hennessy Corvette, which has 1300 horsepower and a supercharged V8, which is super insane. And I did bye-bye as the plate. But yeah, this thing is stupidly fast. It can do like a 8-second quarter mile, and it's just insane. And next up we have a Western Python Classic, and this is just like an old Western car that is off sale right now. And I did in this nice kind of retro blue color because that's what I always associate these types of fictional cars with. It's just like very bright colors. And then next up we have a BKM Series 30 Teenage Dream. I do kind of want to sell this, but it's only 50 grand, which is not a whole lot. But I did a quiet plate, and trust me, that is ironic. I did not do that unironically. But yeah, it has a quiet plate, and it's slammed a little bit, black trim, the whole shabazz, you know, Teenage Dream. And next up we have another 3 Series, but this one is the police wagon variant, and this one's actually pretty cool. I used to drive this quite a lot, and I even roleplayed as a cop driving this car. Pretty cool. Not really too much to say about it. And then next we have a 2020 Bullhorn Super Carrier, and in real life this is called a Dodge ProMaster, I'm pretty sure. And it's that passenger variant, and I kind of based it off one of my customer cars from one of my old jobs. And it was like some old guy that had like a camping spec of one of these with like some off-road tires. And I think it's pretty cool. If there's ever a camping RP, then I might register this in GVRP or something. And then next we have a 2020 Overland Apache SFP, aka a Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. pretty awesome. This one's just a standard all-wheel drive. I didn't swap this one, but there's another one that I did swap, and this is a 1000 horsepower variant, so it's pretty damn fast. I think it's one of the fastest SUVs, if not the fastest. And anyways, next up we have a Falcon Wanderer, which is just a Ford Ranger, and I did it in this nice civilian spec, nothing too crazy. Pretty nice, not too much to say about it. It does have updated lights, which is really nice, but I just don't like how they removed the Ford logo. I liked it so much better with the logo right there. Anyways, next up we have a Overland Buckaroo, the 2021 variant, which is just a Jeep Wrangler, as you can probably see. Pretty cool. It does have updated lights, and I did it in this kind of base model trim somewhat to kind of look like the older Jeep Cherokees, or Jeep Wranglers I should say. And then next we have another limited, which is the 2021 Western Surgical Freedom, and this car kind of makes me sad because it made me realize that they removed the 2021 Western Surgical and all they have is the 2026 one, so it's pretty sad. This is kind of the last 2021 Surgical I've seen recently, but this one's really sick. It's like a supercharged V8 and it has this really insane spoiler and some quad exhaust, and look how, dude, this stick out so much, Jesus. And it has a wide body kit, but yeah, it is pretty fun to drive too. And then next up we have a 2022 Bullhorn Buffalo 1500, aka Ram 1500, and this is super nice. It's like in this nice kind of dark red, and it's one of the higher up trims, so it has this chrome trim all around. Pretty cool kind of luxury truck, I guess you can call it. So yeah, not too much to say about it. Kind of a roleplay truck though, or if I ever go camping. And then I have another Ram, except this one is the 2500, and it is the dually, but I didn't realize that dualies aren't supported for 3D rims yet. So there's only 4 wheels, but there's supposed to be another set of wheels back there, so it looks kind of silly because it's like so spread out. I will probably put 2D rims back onto this, but I've just been too lazy to change it, so I just kind of left it. But anyways, next up we have the 2022 Chrysler Consola, aka the Chrysler Pacifica. This one is really nice because it's the hybrid variant, so it stays in EV mode and drive until you go into sport mode, which is just gas. So one of my favorite minivans to drive in the game, and it's super classy. And next up we have El Gran Smyrna, I think it's called, and it's just some Infinity crossover that I bought. I don't know the name of it in real life, but I do think it looks pretty cool. It's just yeah, not too much to say about it. And then next we have a Ferdinand Cajun, and I bought this car because I actually bought it on GTA Online, and I think it looks really nice. It's in this like plum color and these cool, oh no, those are 2D, my bad. But yeah, I like barely see anybody drive these. I do kind of wish there's like a base model variant, unless this is the base model variant, but I swear that there's like a standard Porsche Macan, but it's still really awesome. And then next we have a 2022 Giga G3. I forgot the real name of this thing, but I know that it's like a Chinese, I know that it's a Chinese car that was also in Forza Horizon 5, but I did forget the real name of it. I do apologize to any of my Giga fans out there, but it is pretty sick. It has updated lights and everything. It's like a supercharged 4-cylinder or 3-cylinder, or something crazy. And then next we have a Mitsubishi Frontier, or Mitsushima Frontier, aka the Outlander in real life. And you know, I actually used to hate these things in real life because of what they did to the Eclipse, and I guess this design language kind of gave me trauma of that, of what they did to the Eclipse. But they're actually really nice cars in real life. They're actually pretty affordable for what they are, at least when they're used, and they have a lot of cool features, so yeah, totally no bias. And next up we have a Navara Squadron, aka I think it's the Nissan Patrol, I'm 100% sure, famously known as the Arab Mobile. I did this in this kind of maroon spec, and it looks pretty sick, these big wheels. And yeah, I can't wait to roleplay in this car because I did buy it for GVRP. So we'll see how that goes. And then next up we have the Navara Summit, aka the Nissan Maxima. I just did it in this standard roleplay trim. Again, as I said in the beginning of the video, I do have like a lot of like traffic cars, you can call them, but they are well done. And I have another Nissan, which is the Swindler, aka the Rogue. And this has updated lights, and I also used to hate this as well because it does this like modern SUV trend where it's like the running light on top and then like a actual headlight below. but it is actually pretty nice. I did it in this nice cherry type of color. And then here is another recent sale car, which is the Romalfa Steve, aka the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. And this is like a tomato type of color. This is like my tomato car. And what's crazy is that I bought this literally the day before Alfa Romeo went off sale, and I was thinking of buying the Quadrifoglio as well, the Guila, but I was just like, nah, I'll just buy this. But anyways, we have the Sentinel Raider 2022. I'm pretty sure it's called the Lincoln Aviator in real life, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a small wagon hatchback crossover SUV thingy in this really nice blue color. I love this color. And yeah, again, it just looks so empty without the Lincoln badge. Kind of wish that they just put a different fictional badge on it, because it looks really plain. But anyways, next up we have a Subaru BRZ, aka the Sumo Climax. This car I roleplay in a lot, and it's actually really fun to drive around. I admittedly love this car. What's crazy is that I used to hate on it because, you know, it's slow, 230 horsepower, modern car. But ever since the Honda Prelude came out, I've been really liking them, so I don't really complain anymore. And anyways, next up we have the what is this called? The Western Synthar, I don't know, but it's the 6x6 Western Synth SUV. And I kind of did it in like this I tried to make it look like the Warthog from Halo. And what I also didn't know is that 6x6 vehicles also don't support 3D rims, so it looks kind of funny back here. And another thing is that the 2D rims are slightly smaller than the 3D rims, so it looks even worse, but you probably won't even notice too much unless you like stare at it. But anyways, next up we have another VW Golf, but this is 2022. It is kind of based off my friend's Golf from 2016, but I just made it a bit more clean looking, I guess, since it's a 2022. But yeah, pretty nice. One of my roleplay cars as well. And then I have a lot of Dodges coming up, you know, typical. But we have a Challenger. It's a 392 wide body Scat Pack, which is pretty nice in this blue color, and it has a rare license plate on it, which is a bunch of dashes and a 6. California plate, really nice. And then I have a SXT Challenger, and this is totally not based off the Goon Mobile at all, totally not. But yeah, I like driving this around from time to time. And then next I have another Challenger, an SFP Fury Red Eye, and this is in the white knuckle, some 2D rims. The rear has this blank Alaskan plate, which is really nice. This used to be my daily driver back then, like a year ago, and it's just a nice car. I love how it looks. And then we have the Chargers. This is another Scat Pack, I think. Yeah, Scat Pack wide body, 392, whatever you want to call it. And this really nice red color, Wyoming plate. And this plate looks super cool, by the way. It's kind of an underrated plate. And then we have a XXT Rallier, another Charger. This is a V6 variant, but it is super nice looking. Has this stripe going down the side and these 3D rims. And another blank plate, Illinois. Very cool. If I were to buy a V6 in real life, I'd probably buy this one. I just think it looks super nice. Then we have another Charger. This one is the King Daytona variant. Has these 3D rims. This is one of my favorites. I think it looks super nice. It has a blank Florida plate, and it's a Go Mango color. Super nice, super nice. Such a good spec. I'm really proud of that spec. And I think that's all the chart. Oh no, I have a few more, I think. Oh no, I think I just skipped this one. My bad. Oh no, I skipped a couple. Wait, what? I have so many Challengers. I just skipped some. We have another Challenger wide body. This is the SRT Hellcat wide body. It's like similar to that one Jeep, but it's like a more desert type of color, like a lighter, dark, hazy green or something, and a Nebraska license plate. And then I have another Charger that I completely skipped, and it's another Scat Pack, I'm pretty sure. Where is it? Yeah, another Scat Pack, and it's in this really nice green. I love this green color that I put on it. It's like a candy green, you can kind of call it. And it has a blank Arizona plate. Super nice. I love how this thing looks. I love Chargers so much. And then that's all of them. I didn't skip one. Okay, that's all of them right there. And then we have the final Hellcat right here, but this is the jailbreak wide body, and it's this super nice purple color. Man, I cooked on these specs, you gotta admit. But it has a blank organ plate, and it's just a super nice, kind of like a grimace color, but it looks super good on this car. So those are all the Hellcats and Chargers and Challengers. And then we have a 2023 Shizuoka Slick Spec X Lunar New Year. This is a Civic Type R that came out for New Year's Eve, or for Chinese New Year, I should say. And it has this custom livery on it, and it has a Hawaii plate on it, and some gold accents, and very clean. This is one of my favorite daily drivers because it has a lane keep assist, and it gets a good amount of miles per gallon. And next we have the Renault 5 2024. A lot of you guys probably have this car. It has the full interior. The interior is still really nice on this car. I love this interior. And has the, it's like green go, I think it's called. Oh, never mind, it's called pop green. But yeah, pop green color and this white roof, and just really nice. I do wish you could customize it though, or at least change out the license plate. Anyways, next we have the 2025 Vision Rainier Pre-Runner, aka the Toyota Tacoma. And I did this in like this kind of trophy truck spec. It's like a another kind of matte deserty looking color with some off-road steelies and this black roof, tonneau cover. Really awesome looking, and the suspension is super soft on this thing, so when I'm going at high speeds and I turn the wheel, it like really like compresses, like the suspension compresses a lot, so it looks a lot like a trophy truck, which is pretty awesome. And then next up we have the 2026 Western Proto Bunny Easter truck, and this is the truck that you got for Easter last year, which is just a Western Ute. Really cool. I do love grinding in this car as well because it has lane keep assist, and you don't really see it too often, so pretty nice. And then next we have a Fox Mountain Motors SLK. This is that retro classic car that tips over whenever you accelerate or when you brake, I think. Let me see if I can do it. Oh yeah, you can barely turn in this thing either. And it's like supposed to roll over or something, but super goofy car. It's kind of funny that they added it. I don't know why. And next up we have one of my favorite fictional cars, and it's called the Fox Mountain Motors Vertex. And I love this car because it's a super interesting brick built supercar. When you drive this thing, I guess I can show you, but when you drive it, it's like a CVT. Yeah, you can see it's like a CVT, which is super strange. I don't know if it's supposed to mimic classic Roblox cars that kind of had a CVT technically, or if they just put that in for some reason, but still really cool. I like how it looks. And then next we have the Polar Custom Super Sleigh. This is the Christmas car from last year, and really sick looking, honestly. It's pretty badass. And the funny thing is that if you put 3D rims on this car, or even just 2D rims that are aftermarket, it'll actually show the wheels up front, which really ruins the immersion, so I didn't do that. But it's pretty awesome nonetheless. And then we have the pumpkin car from last year as well. This one is pretty funny to drive. I do like hitting people in this thing. And it has a pretty funny horn too. And the lights are also pretty sick. It's just kind of, it's like fire in the headlights and the eyes, which I really like. I think that's pretty awesome. And next and finally on this account, we have the Swag Wagon. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like this car is pretty rare, but really common at the same time. I think it's like the most common rare car, if that makes sense. But I feel like mine is particularly rare because it has this blank Pennsylvania plate, if you can see it right there. And it's a really cool plate too. That plate is pretty sick. It's like a railroad one, but it's a blank plate right there. And I kind of did it as like this all black spec. And it does look pretty cool with the top down as well. I think I did a really good job on this spec. I might change out the rims though to be 3D instead of 2D. But yeah, for now, that is my entire car collection in Greenville. But I will make a part 2. I was gonna just put it all in one part because you know, just get it done and over with, keep it in one video. But the recording right now is nearly an hour long, so, and there's not really too much to cut out, so I'm just going to make this into 2 separate parts. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and sub. Again, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. And yeah, stay tuned for part 2, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.